Good afternoon, all of you. Does anyone have any and does anyone have any doubt in the previous class? If you have gone through it, till which topic we have finished?
So we were doing the Drake's equation condition for constructive interference, and then small d is equals to capital D into sine pi by 2.
Okay, we discussed this formula, right?
Yes, sir.
So this we have discussed that Davison and Jenner experiment is a
Yes, sir.
verification of de Broglie hypothesis, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Have we discussed the thing that Davison and Germer experiment through waves and particles, and what are the conceptual difficulties in this? We have not discussed this, right?
No, sir.
Okay, so that we will start now. So till now we have seen that de Broglie hypothesis and wave, what is dual nature of radiation, dual nature. So it was believed that any one behavior of radiation or particle will be present at a time. Like if it's behaving as a wave, then it will not behave as a particle, and if it's behave as a particle, it will not behave as a wave. And there are few examples also, like interference, diffraction, polarization. These are the example from the wave nature of radiation, in which the radiation behaves as a wave. But there are certain other examples in which radiation behave as a particle, like Compton effect and photoelectric effect and black body radiation. So these all are examples in which radiation behave as a particle. So so there are some conceptual difficulties in the Young's double slit experiment that we will so all of you know what is Young's double slit experiment? You must have studied in your 12th class, right? Huh? So this is the figure. You must have studied that there is a source, it emits light, and it crosses these two slits, and light from these two slits meet on this screen, and they superimpose on each other and create an interference pattern and create a fringes, dark and bright fringes, right? ये पढ़ा है ना सबने? This you must have listened this in your 10+2 level, right? So now what is the difficulty? See, this experiment was initially done with the radiation. Radiation means light, right? So if light is coming from the source S and it crossing this slits A and B and reaches the screen and doing the interference pattern, and we all know that light is consist of photons, right? ये सबको पता है ना that light is consist of photons. ऐसा कोई है जिसको ये ना पता that light consists of photons? This point is clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So basically what we can assume is the ray which is coming from light ray or light radiation which is coming from these two slits, we can assume that the number of photons is coming from these two slits and reaching this screen C and superimpose on each other and creating the interference pattern. So basically it's the photons which are coming from the slits, right? So Now what we can do is we can reduce this intensity. We can reduce the intensity from the source S till there is only one photon. हमको इसकी इंटेंसिटी इतनी कम करनी है कि यहाँ से सिर्फ एक फोटोन निकलेगा, ठीक है. And if there is only one photon, it can go either through slit A or either through slit B. This is clear? अगर एक ही फोटोन होगा या तो A से जाएगा या B से जाएगा. ये पॉइंट क्लियर है सबको? सो नाउ होना क्या चाहिए था इंटरफेरेंस. तुम लोग बताओ मेरे को. इफ देयर इज ओनली वन फोटोन विच कैन गो आइदर थ्रू स्लिट ए और आइदर थ्रू स्लिट बी, कैन देयर बी इंटरफेरेंस? क्या इंटरफेरेंस होना चाहिए था? बताओ. Should there be interference pattern when only single photon is there?
No, sir.
Yeah, means it conceptually there should not be, because single photon cannot interfere with itself, but as there is an interference pattern. Interference pattern observe किया गया, थोड़ा time लगा, but it is observed. And what surprising is this? If both slits are open, then there is an interference pattern, and if we close any one of the slit, then there is no interference. So from this point there comes a conceptual problem. There is only one photon, and that photon don't know that there are two slits or one slit. So how come it is doing interference only when both slits are open, and it's not doing interference when one slit is open? एक ही फोटोन है तो उसको तो नहीं पता कि आगे दो स्लिट हैं, तो ऐसा क्यों हुआ कि उसने इंटरफेरेंस तभी किया व्हेन बोथ स्लिट्स आर ओपन. इट इज नॉट डूइंग इंटरफेरेंस, इट इज नॉट शोइंग इंटरफेरेंस पैटर्न व्हेन सिंगल स्लिट इज ओपन. अब यहाँ से कंसेप्चुअल डिफिकल्टी स्टार्ट हुई, ठीक है. तो जो भी मैंने बोला देखो सब एवरीथिंग इज देयर. लाइट फ्रॉम अ सोर्स एस इज पास थ्रू टू क्लोज नैरो स्लिट्स and an interference pattern is observed on a screen, and we all know that this pattern is explained classically by wave theory, classical wave theory, and this pattern does not depend on the intensity of the beam. So, and we all, after that what I told you is radiation consists of photons, light consists of photons. So interference takes place between different photons passing through two different slits. This is what we assume, that interference taking place between two different photons passing through two different slits. Now suppose the intensity of the beam is gradually decreased. We decrease the intensity until there is only one photon from the source at a time. So जैसा कि अभी डिस्कस किया, there should not be interference pattern, but it is found that interference pattern still appears though after a sufficiently long time. थोड़े टाइम बाद आया बट आया. Now next is if one of the slits is closed. अगर कोई एक स्लिट क्लोज करी गई, then pattern disappears. Then the pattern disappears. So this question came, how is that a stream of photons coming one at a time, each of which can go through only one slit, produce an interference pattern, and when both of the slits are open. ऐसा क्यों हुआ? जब एक ही फोटोन है, एक ही स्लिट से जा सकता है, still it is showing interference pattern only when both slits are open, not single slit. इसका क्या explanation हो सकता है? Can anyone think and tell me? कोई इसका explanation बता सकता है ऐसा क्यों हुआ?
Due to interference.
Yes, it is due to interference, but again question comes, how a single photon is showing interference pattern? Means how it is showing interference pattern means सिंगल पार्टिकल अपने आप से तो सुपर इम्पोज कर नहीं सकता, बट ऐसा क्यों हुआ? क्वेश्चन यही है. So the only possible explanation is that each photon knows that there are two slits. So एकमात्र इसका जो एक्सप्लेनेशन हो ये है कि दोनों जो एक फोटोन है उसको पता हो वहाँ पे दो स्लिट्स हैं एंड इट इंटरफेयर्स विद इटसेल्फ, वो अपने आप से इंटरफेयर करता है. अब अपने आप से इंटरफेयर कैसे करेगा? इसका एक्सप्लेनेशन ये है कि फोटोन स्प्लिट्स इनटू टू पीसेस, दो पीस में टूट गया और दोनों स्लिट से एक एक पीस गया और सामने जाके इंटरफेरेंस किया. बट एक्सपेरिमेंटली इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल, मीन्स फोटोन इज अ पार्टिकल एंड इट कैन नॉट ब्रेक इनटू टू, राइट. सो ये वाला तो एक्सप्लेनेशन गलत हो गया. ए फोटोन कैन नॉट डिवाइड इनटू टू पीसेस, सो दिस एक्सप्लेनेशन इज रॉन्ग. तो पहली दिक्कत यहां से क्रिएट हुई यंग्स डबल स्लिट एक्सपेरिमेंट में, राइट. सो वी डिड यंग्स डबल स्लिट एक्सपेरिमेंट विद अ वेव, with a radiation, and we reached to the conclusion that there is an interference pattern, but we don't know the reason that how that interference is happening, because if there is a single photon there should not be interference pattern, and it's still showing interference, and we come to the conclusion that photon can split into two pieces, but ये भी नहीं हो सकता. तो अब यहाँ पे दिक्कत हो गई. तो और इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर क्लासिकल फिजिक्स नहीं दे सकती थी. तो देन दे मूव टू क्वांटम थ्योरी. तो अभी ये एक्सपेरिमेंट सबको समझ आया जो भी मैंने डिस्कस किया, व्हाट एवर आई हैव डिस्कस्ड यंग्स डबल स्लिट एक्सपेरिमेंट विद अ रेडिएशन. इफ एनीवन हैव एनी प्रॉब्लम लेट मी नो, अदरवाइज आई विल मूव टू द यंग्स डबल स्लिट एक्सपेरिमेंट्स विद पार्टिकल्स. If anyone have any problem, let me know.
No sir, no problem.
Okay. So now we will move to the Young's double slit experiment with the particles. Now what we do in this case, from the source S we will release a stream of mono energetic beam of electrons from the source S, and it will incident on two slits A and B, and we all know that interference can happen only when the width of the slit or the spacing between the slit is of the order of de Broglie wavelength, otherwise there will not be any interference pattern. So after passing through slits, the electron fall on a screen P, and we have attached a counter there. This is a counter which can count the number of electrons, and through the number of electrons we can calculate the intensity, because intensity is directly proportional to the number of electrons. So this is the basic setup, and now in the experiment intensity is measured in three cases. First, when only one of the slit is open. In first case they keep A open, B closed. In the second case they keep B open, A closed, and in the third case they have kept both of the slits open. So these were the result observed. When only A slit is open and B is closed, this kind of intensity pattern is observed. When only B is open, A is closed, this kind of pattern is observed like B. So according to classical wave theory, classical physics, if both slits are open, then they will superimpose, both waves will superimpose on each other, and the intensity will be the sum of the intensity of the A and B. So total intensity should be IA plus IB. So it should look like C. ऐसा होना चाहिए था, ये C की तरह दिखना चाहिए था, पर जो एक्सपेरिमेंट में ऑब्जर्व किया गया वो D किया गया, ग्राफ D. तो इसका कोई रीजन बता सकता है why in the Young's double slit experiment with the particles intensity pattern is observed as in D, not as in C? क्योंकि अगर क्लासिकल थ्योरी के अकॉर्डिंग चलते तो इट शुड बी IA प्लस IB डायरेक्ट, प्रिंसिपल ऑफ सुपरपोजिशन, बट ऐसा हुआ नहीं, आया ग्राफ D. So can anyone tell me why it happened?
Because of the interference.
Yeah, Same reason due to interference pattern, because this is the pattern of interference which you have also studied in your 10+2 level. So now the question comes is why does it happen? So see, figure above shows the intensity I, which is the number of electron arriving at a point in a given time as a function of position x on the screen. If slit B is blocked, the pattern observed on the screen look like that shown in figure A. Similarly, if slit A is blocked, the pattern look like that in B. If the electron behaved as a classical particles, then on opening both the slit, the expected pattern would be as shown in C. C के जैसा होना चाहिए था. However, when both the slits are open, that the pattern is as shown in D. पर D की तरह ऑब्जर्व किया गया. So ग्राफ से पता चल रहा है दिस इज अ डबल स्लिट इंटरफेरेंस पैटर्न. अब इससे क्या कंक्लूड हुआ? देखो, वी स्टार्टेड विद द पार्टिकल्स. हमने पार्टिकल्स एक्सपेरिमेंट स्टार्ट किया था. वी पुट अ स्ट्रीम ऑफ पार्टिकल्स, वी पुट अ बीम ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, मींस बीम ऑफ पार्टिकल्स, और हमें इंटरफेरेंस मिला. इंटरफेरेंस कैसे होता है? वेव की वजह से, राइट? इंटरफेरेंस इज ड्यू टू द सुपरपोजिशन ऑफ वेव. इट मीन्स हमने स्टार्ट पार्टिकल से किया और आगे वेव पे. It means we are able to see both particle and wave nature in a single experiment. ये पॉइंट क्लियर है सबको? Is this point clear to all?
Yes, sir.
है ना? So we start with the particles and we reach the wave. It means in this experiment both particle and wave nature are present at the same time. So अब again difficulty, क्योंकि अब तक ऐसा माना जाता था कि when there is a particle nature there will not be a wave nature, and when there is a wave nature there will not be a particle nature. So again some difficulty arises. How we define it? कैसे हम इसको define कर सकते हैं? How we define that a particle is moving and that suddenly we are able to see the interference pattern. तो यहाँ से वेव फंक्शन की जरूरत पड़ी हम लोगों को. दिस इज द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ द वेव फंक्शन. सो रीड द फर्स्ट लाइन. द रिजल्ट ऑफ डबल स्लिट एक्सपेरिमेंट लीड टू द इनएविटेबल कंक्लूजन दैट ईच पार्टिकल इंटरफेयर विद इटसेल्फ इन सम वे. तो दोनों केस में हमने देखा आइदर इट्स रेडिएशन और फोटोन और इट्स इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, दैट इन बोथ द एक्सपेरिमेंट द पार्टिकल इंटरफेयर्स विद इटसेल्फ. क्योंकि सिंगल पार्टिकल होने पे भी इंटरफेरेंस हो रहा है, इसका मतलब पार्टिकल इंटरफेयर विद इटसेल्फ, अपने आप से इंटरफेयर करता है किसी ना किसी तरीके से. एंड वी ऑलरेडी डिस्कस दैट वी कैन नॉट स्प्लिट पार्टिकल इनटू टू पीसेस. तो वो केस तो वैसे ही एलिमिनेट हो गया. नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज हाउ डू वी डिस्क्राइब अ पार्टिकल इंटरफेयरिंग विद इटसेल्फ एंड thus रीचिंग द स्क्रीन सो एज टू फॉल इन अ सर्टेन इंटरफेरेंस पैटर्न. तो जब पार्टिकल दो में टूट नहीं सकता तो इस सिचुएशन को हम कैसे डिफाइन करें? हाउ डू वी डिस्क्राइब अ पार्टिकल इंटरफेयरिंग विद इटसेल्फ एंड thus रीचिंग द स्क्रीन सो एज टू फॉल ऑन अ सर्टेन इंटरफेरेंस पैटर्न. तो पार्टिकल ऐसा क्यों कर रहे थे? कैन एनीवन टेल मी? अगर किसी के दिमाग में कुछ आंसर आ रहा हो कि ऐसे इसलिए होगा उसलिए होगा तो थोड़ा बताओ. Anyone? हाँ? Can anyone answer? किसी के दिमाग में कुछ आ रहा है? कुछ भी आ रहा हो कि इसलिए ऐसा होगा इसलिए ऐसा होगा तो थोड़ा बताओ. सी, पार्टिकल तो दो पार्ट में नहीं टूट सकता. दिस इज ऑलरेडी प्रूफ, दिस इज नॉट एक्सपेरिमेंटली करेक्ट. सो इट मीन्स with every particle there should be a wave which is attached with it and which is traveling with it. तो यहाँ से एक कंक्लूजन ये आया कि हर पार्टिकल के साथ एक वेव अटैच्ड होगी जो उसके साथ ट्रेवल करेगी. That's why we have defined the wave function. So wave function is attached with a particle, which is defining the wave property of the particle. See, so the answer comes from the classical theory of waves. Waves are characterized by a number of amplitude functions such that the intensity of the wave at any point is determined by the square of the amplitude. So किसी भी पॉइंट पे जो इंटेंसिटी होती है उसके एम्पलीट्यूड का स्क्वायर होती है, हम लोगों को पता है. So assuming this, we have defined a wave function xi xt. This symbol is xi, and in bracket xt means this is depending on x and t. X and t means if at certain point there is a function xi1, then at certain other point it should be xi2, then after that third point it is xi3, fourth point xi4. In a certain way there can be many xi's, and intensity is xi xt ka square, means xi xt into xi star xt. See, now since xi is a complex term, it's a complex variable, so you cannot directly take square of it. So if I want to take a square of any complex variable a square, what it should be? Can anyone tell me? अगर a कोई complex number है और a का स्क्वायर निकालना तो कैसे निकालोगे, कोई बताएगा? complex number पढ़ा है सबने? Have all of you studied the complex number? See, if you want to take the square of any complex number, you cannot directly take a square. You have to multiply that number with its conjugate. So this is what I did in this expression. I is equal to xi xt square, and xi is a complex term, so I will be xi xt into xi star xt, right? इसमें किसी को कोई दिक्कत है तो बोलो.
No sir, no problem.
हाँ, ये पता है ना तुम लोगों को कि if we want to take the square of the complex number, then we have to multiply that number by its conjugate. तो यहाँ से इंटेंसिटी आ गई, xi xt का स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू xi xt into xi star xt. So now we have defined the wave function. We have calculated the intensity from the wave function. So in case of double slit experiment, what is happening is with xi, there is a one wave function xi1 which is at some point and which is coming from slit 1, and there is a function xi2 which is at some certain other point in which is coming from slit 2. So the corresponding intensity from slit 1 and slit 2 should be I1 is equal to xi1 का स्क्वायर and I2 xi2 का स्क्वायर. सिंपल है, जैसे यहाँ पे xi लिया था इसी तरह से दो पॉइंट की इंटेंसिटी xi1 स्क्वायर और xi2 स्क्वायर हो गई. Now these both are going from the slit and interfering on a screen in which we have put a counter. So according to the theory, xi should be xi1 plus xi2. Since xi1 is the wave function of slit 1 and xi2 is the wave function of slit 2, so total xi should be xi1 plus xi2, right? Now we can take the intensity of this. By intensity we can take square of the xi, so it should be xi square, means xi1 plus xi2 का square. Since this is a complex variable, we cannot take directly square, we have to take like this, xi1 plus xi2 conjugate into xi1 plus xi2. Clear है पॉइंट सबको?
Yes sir.
Now we can expand this. This conjugate can go inside. This will be xi1 conjugate plus xi2 conjugate. So this will be xi1 conjugate into xi1. This will be xi1 conjugate into xi2. Then xi2 conjugate into xi1 and xi2 conjugate into xi2. Four terms will be there. And this xi1 conjugate into xi1 and this xi2 conjugate into xi2. This will be xi1 square plus xi2 square. And for other two terms, we can use the value of xi which we have assumed. Just a minute. This. Xi1 is equal to exponential power I alpha 1 and Xi2 is equal to magnitude of Xi2 into exponential की power I of alpha 2. So we can put in this two terms, so we will get this Xi1 square, so Xi1 square plus Xi2 square plus Xi1 Xi2 e की power minus I alpha 1 minus I2 plus e की power I alpha 1 minus alpha 2. Now this is I1, this is I2, I1 I2, and this will be square root of I1 into I2, this one, and this whole bracket term, this will be cos alpha 1 minus alpha 2, 2 times of cos alpha 1 minus alpha 2. We can replace this. So what we got this is the formula of intensity, that is I1 plus I2 plus 2 root I1 I2 cos alpha 1 minus alpha 2. So now we can explain the intensity pattern from this formula. See, it's not like this because intensity is not coming directly I1 plus I2, it is coming I1 plus I2 at certain other term, and that term is reducing the intensity at after every minute or after traveling certain distance, and it reaches 0 at certain time. So this graph is very well explained by this theory, intensity calculation, right? किसी कोई दिक्कत इसमें? अगर कोई दिक्कत हो तो बताओ.
सर अल्फा 1 एंड अल्फा 2 कहाँ से मिले?
हाँ, अल्फा सी फिगर में शायद थोड़ा सा मेंशन नहीं है. वी कैन मेजर दिस एंगल फ्रॉम देयर, like if you plot a line from this perpendicular line to this point, then this above angle is alpha 1 and this below angle will be alpha 2, right?
Okay sir.
This is basically the angle of this if photon or particle or wave is crossing this slit, then the angle which that particle is making with this perpendicular axis, that is alpha 1, and the angle of that wave function from 2 is alpha 2, right? Any other question related to this? देखो कोई क्वेश्चन है तो पूछ लो, तुम लोग नहीं पूछोगे तो बाद में दिक्कत होगी. मैं जितना पढ़ाऊंगा ऑलमोस्ट वैसे ही तुम्हारा पेपर में आना भी है, तो इफ यू क्लियर योर डाउट्स और क्वेश्चंस देन इट विल बी गुड फॉर यू. Okay, so next is, now we have studied the what is wave function, why we required the wave function, double slit experiment. Next is the physical significance of wave function. So till now we have checked the mathematics of wave function. Now what is the physical significance of it? What is the meaning of this wave function in physics? What is denote? So it's denote basically the probability of finding in the certain region. Okay, so if a particle is described by a wave function psi of xt, then the probability px dx of finding the particle within an element dx about the point x at time is px dx is equal to xi xt square dx, and this px, which is this xi xt square, is the probability density function or probability density or position probability density. ठीक है? Is this clear to all?
Yes sir.
Okay. So now we have to check the normalization condition. See, what is the maximum value of probability? Probability maximum कितना हो सकता है? 1, right? So if we have any function xi, and if we take that conjugate of that variable and integrate it, it should be 1, because particle should be somewhere. See, since the probability of finding the particle somewhere must be unity, thus wave function should be normalized so that इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ माइनस इन्फिनिटी से इन्फिनिटी इज इक्वल टू xi star xi dx is equal to 1. Is this clear to all now? This normalization equation is important. You will get question from this.
Okay, sir.
This normalization condition and how to normalize a wave function. These all are very important topic from this quantum mechanics and this de Broglie wavelength. You will get numerical from these topics. And in hopefully in March and there is a midterm exam. So I will try to complete one module before that, so that you can have one full module in your exam. ठीक है? So now we have discussed the wave function, why wave function is required, what is the physical meaning of wave function, and everything related to wave function. Next is, see, if you calculate the probability of any wave function, it will come out to be a square. What does this mean? It means the probability of finding a particle everywhere should be same and it should be a square. So is it physically true? According to physics, कैसा हो सकता है हर पार्टिकल को हर जगह फाउंड आउट करने की प्रोबेबिलिटी सेम हो?
So couldn't understand the question.
Okay, I am just asking that, see, if this is a plane wave equation, psi xt is equal to a e की power I kx minus omega t, right? So if we calculate this probability density, this is the probability density, xi star xt into xi xt. If we calculate probability density of this plane wave, then it come out to be a square, because e exponential power I kx minus omega t, and if you take its conjugate, then there is e की power minus I kx minus omega t. और जब दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो एक्सपोनेंशियल पार्ट विल गॉन. सो प्रोबेबिलिटी डेंसिटी विल बी ए स्क्वायर. व्हाट डज इट मीन? इट बेसिकली मीन इज द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ फाइंडिंग ए पार्टिकल in whole region is same. So I am just asking, is it physically possible that the probability of finding a particle everywhere same? ऐसा हो सकता है क्या?
No, sir.
नहीं हो सकता है ना, because it's a particle, it's not a wave. If an particle is hitting somewhere, अगर पार्टिकल ने कहीं पे हिट किया है तो जहाँ हिट किया है या उसके आसपास प्रोबेबिलिटी ज़्यादा होनी चाहिए, और जैसे जैसे उससे दूर जाएंगे कम होनी चाहिए, या एक स्टेज पे आके जीरो खत्म हो जानी चाहिए, राइट?
Yes, sir.
बट प्लेन वेव फंक्शन से ऐसा नहीं हो रहा था, प्रोबेबिलिटी इज कमिंग आउट टू बी सेम. तो यहाँ से फिर से थोड़ी सी दिक्कत हुई. तो हमने देखो अब तक वेव फंक्शन चल रहा था, नाउ वी विल मूव फ्रॉम वेव फंक्शन टू वेव पैकेट. सो व्हाई वी नीड वेव पैकेट, दैट्स व्हाट आई एम टेलिंग यू नाउ. जस्ट बिकॉज थ्रू द प्रोबेबिलिटी डेंसिटी वी आर गेटिंग द सेम probability throughout the region, and that is not physically true or physically acceptable. ठीक है? So that's why we require wave packet. Any doubt till now? Any doubt till this topic?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. So, and now we will see what is wave packet and how it's made. We will see this in our next class. The wave packet, how we represent the wave packet, what is the requirement, and then we will move to some problems of normalization. And then only I think 2 more topics in this module, Schrodinger wave equations. So before your mid-sem, if it's in March, we will try to finish this module and we will try to do some more problems on this, so that you will be used to this. कुछ चीज़ें तुम लोगों को शायद समझ नहीं आ रही होंगी, अजीब लग रहा होगा, बट इफ़ यू आर फेसिंग डिफ़िकल्ट देन लेट मी नो, वी कैन डिस्कस अगेन. बट समझ आना बहुत ज़रूरी है, तो बता दिया करो कभी समझ ना आई, दिक्कत हो. नाउ तुम सब पे वो आया होगा कोड, टेस्ट कोड, सो यू कैन गिव टेस्ट एंड इफ समवन इज नॉट एबल टू ओपन इट लेट मी नो। खुल जाएगा वैसे सब।